There we go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for being on the weekly industry update. I hope you guys all had amazing Thanksgiving with the family and friends and however you celebrated. I hope it was wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our weekly industry update. This is officially, you guys, the last month of the year. That is bananas to me. I cannot believe that we are 30 days from, actually 29 days from New Year's. It just flew by, if you ask me. But this is it. This is it. So make it count. Dig in and really start talking with all of your people. That's so crucial right now because next year, 2026, they're saying is going to be a great year for real estate. And it's going to be better, right, than this year and better than last year. So that means that there's opportunity for us all in the upcoming year. Okay. So the weekly industry update, you guys all know BTCPA compliant out there. I'm gonna have to sip water and coffee a little bit more, something to wet my throat, you guys, because unfortunately over the weekend, like you see Santiago, I caught another cold. My poor little immune system is trash, as the kids say. So I have to do something about that. I'm working on it. Trust me. I'm taking all my supplements here. Um, so so just bear with me if I'm coughing or anything like that. All right, so let's jump into Los Angeles. So Los Angeles for sale last month of the year. But remember, this category right here, you guys, is only giving us 11/1. We're comparing October 1st through October 30th. Actually, this is great actually because this is the actual month, right? This is total month over month comparison. It's comparing the month of October pretty much to the month of November. Okay, that's what this comparison is doing right here. All right, so for sale properties was down 10.6% as compared to the previous month. All righty, November as compared to October. And then we're up 14.4% as compared to last year. And that's for sale property. So that's inventory, right? That's more inventory to the tune of 14.4% over last year. Sold properties were down as compared to last month, 16.7%, and only down 0.1% as compared to last year. So, yes, in LA County, sales are lagging last year, but only to the tune of 0.1%. So it's very, very little. Okay. Pendants are down 23.3% as compared to last year. Last month, and up 0.1% as compared to last year. Okay. New listings are down 38.1% as compared to last month. However, we're still up overall 10% as compared to last year. Okay, so we do have across the board more existing inventory that came on the market, right, and more new listing inventory that came on the market in LA County, which is a great sign, right? Because we need the inventory in order for sales to improve. Okay. Average active price is down 0.5% as compared to last month and down 4.5% as compared to last year. So in LA County, sellers are asking 4.5% less than they did last year. However, they're receiving 6% higher than they did last year, which is a great sign because that's in the normal range of appreciation, right? Between 4 to 7% appreciation year over year. We normally see this is right there in that sweet spot of 6%. So that's a great sign. Months of inventory is up 8.9% as compared to last month. Last month, we were at 3.4 months of inventory. Currently, we're at 3.7 months of inventory. And overall, a 13.9% increase over last year. So last year, we were at 2.9 months of inventory, currently 3.3 months of inventory. So that's a good sign. We're moving up in terms of months of inventory. We need to see that continue to improve in order for us to go into a normal market or a neutral market, right? Which would then eventually, potentially, if inventory keeps climbing, will push us into a buyer's market, right? It's from seller's market to normal market into a buyer's market, right? And then back to a normal market, back to a seller's market. That's the ebb and flow of the market. Right now, at 3.3 months of inventory, we are at a seller's market. We are in a seller's market in most areas, right? Average days on market is 2.4% higher than it was last month. Last month, we were at 42 days on market, currently 43 days on market. And then we've improved 22.6% as compared to last year. Last year, we were at 31 days on market, currently 38 days on market, which we totally expect, right? You get more inventory on the market, more days on market, buyers have more choices, right? More competition. Even though we're in a seller's market, it doesn't mean that we're not going to, the days on market is not going to increase if you have more inventory. That is just the natural way that things go. Okay. Sold versus original list price is down 4.2% as compared to last month. Last month, we were at 96% of list price. Currently, sellers are receiving 92% of list price. Going into the holidays, we always have a little bit of dip in prices. Okay. Typically, we do. Excuse me. And then sold versus original list price is down 2% as compared to last year. Last year, we were at 98% of list price, currently 96% of list price. However, keep in mind, sellers are still happy. They are still receiving the upper register of their list price, right? 96% is still in that higher 90s range. So they are still happy. And we can make them even happier by helping them to get closer to that 98 to 100% of their list price. All right. Let's talk about Orange County. Orange County. Typically in Orange County, we see less sales, not less sales, but we see less inventory, right? Than in any other county. So for sales are down, for sale properties are down 12.5% as compared to last month and up 14% over last year. So even though last month we were down, overall we're still up, like just like we were in LA County, right? So we are seeing more inventory, more for sale inventory on the market as compared to last year to the tune of 14%. Sold properties are down 18.9% as compared to last month and down 0.9%, over last year. Okay. So although not even a full percent down as compared to last year, we are still slower to the tune of 0.9%. Pendants are down 17.2% as compared to last month and down 1.1% as compared to last year. So again, in Orange County, things are still a little bit slower. Although we're seeing higher inventory levels, we are still seeing lower sales levels. Okay. And you guys know that that is due to primarily, right, our interest rates being higher, things like that, that are causing people to sit on the fence, right? So with interest rates being higher, we've had so many other factors that have gone into that. We've had tariffs at the beginning of the year. We've had the government shutdown that just recently happened. So we've had these ebbs and flows in our economy and in our government and things like that have impacted the housing industry. And that's the way it goes. Okay. That's why we do this, quite frankly. That's why we do this right now, is to educate us on what is impacting our market so that we can educate our clients, right? And we can find solutions around those things to help our clients to either make a good decision to purchase, or if they need to wait for whatever reason, then we counsel them that way as well. All right, new listing inventory in the OC is down 37.7% as compared to last month. However, it's up 7.7% overall. So again, in Orange County, we are still seeing new listing inventory rise, which we need because, as you guys will see, Orange County has been starved for inventory. The average active price is down 1.5% as compared to last month and down 6.2% as compared to last year. So Orange County sellers are asking 6.2% less than they did last year. You guys see, even though they are in a seller's market, even though, as you guys will see, they're even more severe than then in LA County, sellers are respecting the market and seeing that they need to lower their prices, right? As compared to last year. So they're asking on average 6.2% less than they did last year. However, as you can see, they're receiving 4.1% higher than they did last year. Okay. So that again, that's a good sign. Although they're asking less, on average, they're receiving more to the tune of 4.1%. Months of inventory has gone up 13.6% as compared to last month. Last month, we were at 2.2 months of inventory, currently 2.5 months of inventory, and then up 16.3% over last year. So last year, look at that number, 1.8 months of inventory, you guys. That's nothing. Currently 2.1 months of inventory. So we're at the halfway mark to a normal market, but we've got a long way to go in Orange County. Okay, long way to go in Orange County. Average days on market has increased 5.1% as compared to last month. Last month, we were at 39 days on market, currently 41 days on market, and then a 36% increase over last year. Last year, we were at 25 days on market, currently 34 days on market. All right, so as you can see, we're still getting longer days on market. And the reality is remember, don't let these numbers fool you. You feel like, oh, I got a month. No, you don't. You don't have a month to show your client's property. Get them out there, show them the property. Because if it's in a good neighborhood, if it's in a, I shouldn't even say a good neighborhood. If it's in a neighborhood that's in demand, then that property's going to go fast, right? They'll show it over the weekend. It'll be sold the next week. Okay. Remember, these are averages. Okay. This is on average, the average days on market. All right. So sold versus original list price is down 6.2% over last month. Last month, we were at 96% of list price. Currently, sellers are receiving 90% of list price. And then overall, a 2% decrease over last year. Last year, they were getting 98% of list price, currently 96% of list price. All right, Riverside County. So for sale properties, did anybody have a question? All right, okay. Riverside County, 2.5% decrease in for sale properties over last month and a 1.5% increase over last year. So we are still seeing, even though it's minor, we are still seeing a positive change in the level of inventory over last year. Okay. Sold properties are down 15.3% over last month and down 2.6% as compared to last year. So sold properties have declined even further than LA County and Orange County, excuse me, in Riverside County. Pendants are up 1.1% as compared to last month and down 1.2% as compared to last year. New listing inventory is in a decreased 32.5% as compared to last month and increased 1.9% as compared to last year. All righty. And then average active price is up 5.1% as compared to last month. So again, sellers are asking on average 5.1% higher than they did last month and 3.9% higher, 3.9% lower than they did last year. Okay. So on average, sellers are asking 3.9% lower than they did last year. All righty, on average at this time in the year. But look at that. They're receiving 2% higher than they did last year. So they're still receiving positive gain on their property. If they had sold it last year, potentially they would have received 2% less, right, than they would have received selling it at this time in the year. Okay. But you got to be looking at, again, you got to be hyper local because in that particular neighborhood, they very well may be higher than even 2% or lower, right? So you got to run those numbers for them. All right. Sorry, guys. Me and Santiago got colds. So, and we didn't hang out over the weekend, but we both got cold. That's why he's got that mask on. So give me a second. All right. So months of inventory is up 19.3% as compared to last month in Riverside County. Last month we were at 3.6 months of inventory, currently 4.3. And then we've increased 5.8% as compared to last year. Last year we were at 3.4 months of inventory, currently 3.6. All right, average days on market is down 3.6% as compared to last month. Last month we were at 56 days on market, currently 54 days on market, and then a 26.8% increase over last year. Last year we were at 41 days on market, currently 52 days on market. Excuse me. No change in terms of sold versus original list price as compared to last month. We were at 96% of list price. Then 1% decrease over last year. Last year, 97% of list price. Currently, 96% of list price. So Riverside County is doing well. Again, like most of the other counties, we're in that upper 90s in terms of sold versus original list price, except for I think Orange County was actually a little bit lower, right? I'm going to mute. I think that's Ivan. Oh, guys, my screen froze. Give it a second. Oh, goodness. Sorry, guys, my screen is frozen. Hang on.
Did you enjoy your Thanksgiving?
I did. Thank you, Eleni. How did you enjoy yours? There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, it was so good.
That's good. I'm so
I love
happy
to
to hear
eat.
that. I love it. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for asking.
Of course.
All right. Thank you, girl. You did me good. There you go. All right. We're back. All right. So Riverside County. Yep. We talked about that. Did we? Yes, we did. All right. So now last county of the month. Last county of the month. Last county of the day, San Bernardino County. For sale properties is down 5.4% as compared to last month. However, like you guys guessed, I'm sure, we are up 8.2% over last year. Okay. So for sale inventory is on the increase as compared to last year. All righty. Sold properties are down 11.4% as compared to last month and down 0.2% over last year. Okay. Sold property. So LA County is down like 0.1%. San Bernardino County is down 0.2%, right? Orange County and Riverside County were down a little bit more than those two counties. Pendants are down 19.1% as compared to last month and no change over last year. No change over last year. New listing inventory is down 34.9% as compared to last month and up 4.9% over last year. So we still are seeing some gains in the new listing inventory. Okay. Average active price is down 0.5% as compared to last month and up 0.3% over last year. Okay. Up 0.3% over last year, average active price. So in San Bernardino County, on average, sellers are asking 0.3% more than they did last year. And they're receiving 2.8% more than they did last year. Now, if you notice, if I'm not mistaken, San Bernardino County is the only county that is actually asking higher than they did last year. All the other counties are asking for lower than they did last year. Okay. Months of inventory. This right here will it doesn't really give you the reasoning for this average active price, because typically when you see the average active price, you see them asking for higher than they did last year. It typically is because they're in a seller's market. However, this kind of shows you that they're even closer to a normal market than any other county out there, because months of inventory has risen 10.4% over last month. Last month we were at 3.9 months of inventory. Currently they're at 4.3 months of inventory, and then an 8.3% increase over last year. Last year we were at 3.6 months of inventory. Currently 3.9 months of inventory, right? So they're almost literally at that normal market, knocking at the door of a normal market in San Bernardino County. Okay. Average days on market, no change, 54 days on market last month and this month. A 26.3% increase over last year. Last year, we were at 38 days on market, currently 48 days on market. Sold versus original list price, no change as compared to last month, and a 1% decrease over last year. So, or as compared to last year, we were at 98% of list price, currently 97% of list price. Okay. Now, in San Bernardino County, what I will say is that typically they are more conservative in how they price. Even Riverside County typically is more conservative. Why? Because they are on the outskirts, right? It takes longer to sell out there because they're not in the inner city, right? However, with the whole migration that we've seen as a result of COVID and more companies allowing people to stay at home and work and have those flex schedules, we are seeing that more people are migrating out that way. Um, and so they got more competitive out there. Prices rose quite a bit more out there during the COVID timeframe and up until now. So we are still seeing that San Bernardino County, I think, is benefiting from some of that growth. All right. All right. Any questions on those stats? No? All right, let's keep it pushing. So this week is we have got you guys are at the industry update. Victor is actually doing his class today at 2:00. No Zoom. Dial for dollars at 2:00. And then at 3, we've got Build Your Next Email Campaign with our regional tech ambassador. He's on Zoom. And then tomorrow, I really want to invite you guys. This to me is a big deal. Diana probably can chime in on this. This is the bold predictions with Brian Buffini. He's going to have Lawrence Yun on, and he's going to have someone else on. I forget. Actually, I'm sure I have there it is. Kevin O'Leary. I think he does Shark Tank, right? So he is going to be talking about what we need to do. Well, first of all, he's going to talk about what the predictions are for 2026. Okay. That's first. And he does a great job of breaking down the why, like why he believes what he believes. Lawrence Yun is the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors. So they strictly are looking at the data and giving us what the forecast is for next year. Okay. I think it's going to be extremely beneficial for us. And we like to listen to it in a group setting so that we can all hear it. We can all, excuse me, afterward, we'll talk about it, ask some questions, and they'll have a Q&A session as well. But I really think that you guys need to come in the office, be present for this, and to bring your notebooks because you're going to want to take a lot of notes. All righty. But this is going to be a really good session. We are going to have, of course, some treats here, some breakfast stuff here for you guys. But this is going to be a really good opportunity for you to understand what's going to happen next year and to get a jump on it. And he also talks about like what it's going to take to win next year. All righty. What is it going to take for us to really win next year? What do you need to be doing? Okay. So this is I love Brian Buffini. I've been a Buffini girl almost since I started in this industry in terms of working by referral. He taught me a lot about building my business by referral. So I advise you guys to be there. All right. It's in-house tomorrow morning, 9:00 to 12:30. All right. All right. I will let you guys know if we're going to have Diana. Did you want to add anything to that? I'm sorry.
No, you said it all. Perfect. Sounds
all right,
exciting.
Good deal. We have our tech workshop, but I will let you guys know if we're actually going to do that. Be on the lookout for because Martha's a grandmother, you guys. I'm sorry. I should have led with that. Martha is a grandmother. Her daughter had the baby. She's so excited. Baby is so adorable. I'll have to send you guys a picture. I'll put it on the hub. She's so proud. She's so happy, you guys. So she was like, I won't be in class on Wednesday. I'm a grandmother. I'm like, I got you. Don't worry about it. So I want to see if we can get somebody to fill in for her for Wednesday at 1 o'clock. If we can, we will continue to have our class at Wednesday at 1. But we're gonna have such a full day tomorrow with the Brian Buffini that we probably will not have that class. But I will tell you guys, if you get in late, don't trip. Like if you get here at 10, don't worry about it. Don't just get here, right? It's 9 to 12:30, so it's a long session. But if you can be here on time, be here on time. All right. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Still come. All right. We do have vision board night. Diana, is this still a go for Friday, December 20th?
Oh, good. We got a date. I was asking Monica because we had some alternative dates. Oh, I didn't think it was going to be for the 20th. That's Jose's birthday, so I won't be here.
Well, okay, then we're going to change the date because you're
No, but yeah, because we got 3 alternative dates, and I asked Gloria, but Gloria never got back to me, so I asked Monica to ask. So,
ladies, the 20th is a Saturday, just FYI.
oh, that's right. That's right.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shelley. So that's not going to work, you guys. I'm sorry. This is going to change. So we are.
Yeah, it'll change. It'll change because Monica has the 3 dates that we had, but we're waiting on Gloria. So.
Okay, well, they put this one on the calendar.
Okay.
So yeah, this was on the calendar. So we will change this and I will get this, we will get this sorted, you guys, but we are having it this month. And we'll get it sorted out in the next few days.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And then Ignite After Dark, if you guys want to sign up for Ignite, make sure that you if you it's virtual. So Eleni, this is for you. Who else do I have on here? Tracy, potentially, even though you are seasoned in the business. Santiago, this is for you. Because it's even for you to get a refresher, right? Tracy, I know you're kind of on the restart, so it's good for you to get a refresher class. All right. And it's taking you from A to Z, starting your business to, being running in your business, right? All the things that you need to do. So it's a really good refresher course and beginning course. Okay. All you gotta do is click. Just click on the link. It's every Tuesday, I think, and it's in the evenings, 6:30 p.m. and it's all online.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, it's all online. It's all on Zoom, and it's taught from all the different productivity coaches across the nation. We sign up and teach a session, so it's really cool.
That sounds awesome. I'll be there.
Good deal. And then you guys listen to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent podcast. I just want to encourage you guys to keep listening to things that are going to help you and encourage you in your business. This podcast was excellent. I listened to it this morning on my way in, and he closes over 200 deals a year, you guys, in Cincinnati, Ohio. And his team does. He does it through events. And he does like the coolest events. Like he had 3,200 people at a Cincinnati Reds game. It was like 1/12 of the stadium. He rented out for his group of people. Very cool. And he has a different mentality about it. So I would advise you guys to listen to this. Again, we're building out our business plans right now. Diana's collecting them. Once you guys have them, I want to see them as well. Your business plan needs to spell out what you're going to do and how you're going to achieve your goals, right? So that means that you've got to have spelled out what actually you're going to do. Like if you're going to do micro or macro events, which events, when, what's the budget? Like you really need to spell this out so that you can execute on it. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of putting that on the calendar for next week for us to build our 135 together. Everybody on Friday of next week. So if that's something that you want to see, I know Diana has been working on that, but I want to see them finalized, and we want to get them finalized. So if we can help you guys, maybe do some workshopping, in the next couple of weeks, we would love to do that because we really want to see us focus on building our businesses and really executing on our plans. But we got to have one in order to execute on it. Okay. So, and I get a lot of my ideas from these podcasts. Okay. I get a lot of my ideas from these podcasts. They're amazing. And then the One Thing podcast is another one. If you're looking at thinking of something to feed yourself, positivity, things to help manage your life and business, and you need that work-life balance, this is a great way for you guys to listen in on something that's going to help you. It's the Productivity Podcast. Okay. Then the Airbnb. I know Diana was talking about this. So you guys, we can earn referral fees off of Airbnb now. So all you have to do is go to MREAnotes.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. Yes, please. All right, Tracy, I got you. We are going to do that. It's called MREA. I'm putting it in the chat. MREAnotes.com/Airbnb. Okay. That's what you guys click on that. And then you fill out the information. You become a part of the referral network. When your clients say, hey, I want to go ahead and put my property in the Airbnb, you actually will get a referral fee for referring them to Airbnb, right? And this program gives you information like statistics, market statistics, rental rates, things like that you can use to help your clients make decisions on what their as regards to their Airbnb. Okay. So please, by all means, use this. I had my pie party last week, and one of my clients was telling me that he bought a place up in Joshua Tree, and he specifically was going to Airbnb or is Airbnb in it. And he was telling me like it's a learning curve, Brandy, because he's learning so much about the whole Airbnb, how it works. And I told him, I was like, we need to do a podcast on that because he was saying that there's so much to learn and so much that they don't tell you at first. And so anyway, but it was just so interesting. So I was telling him like, I want to interview him about that because he could teach others. Let me see what we got in the chat. Thank you. You're welcome, Anna. You're welcome. Anna, so good to hear from you. Miss you, girl. All right.
Miss you too.
Yes, I would love to see you. I hope you guys are going to the Christmas party. It's on the 14th. And if you did not get in, unfortunately, RSVPs are over. If you didn't get in and you really wanted to go and you really are going to be there, please hit me up separately. Maybe we can still get you in. But yeah, let me know. All right. All right. What is this? Don't know. Okay, industry news. So, and that was that one of them? I'm sorry, you guys. I think that's it, you guys. I don't think I did. I'm so sorry. I don't think I did the industry news that I was thinking of because this was from last week. So no industry news this time. I promise you we'll get that next time. As you guys know, though, we may be seeing another rate cut. We'll keep an eye out on that because it's not for sure because we don't have all of the data that we normally have because of the government shutdown. The data that we normally collect, like employment data and things like that, are kind of lagging right now. So we may not see the rate cut. But the reality is, you guys, is that the rates are lower than they've been since the beginning of the year. So you've got to be talking to your buyers right now about the fact that now is still a good time to buy. And if they're serious they're going to see a lull in prices right now, more than likely, because of the holidays. So serious sellers are selling right now. Okay. And which means that if there's no other offers on the table, you could potentially get your buyer some concessions. All righty. So talk to your buyers right now. Talk to your sellers right now. If you've got properties on the market right now that have been sitting, they probably need a price reduction. All righty. But definitely now is not the time to take our feet off the pedal. Now is the time to really start talking to your database, talking to everybody around you in your world about real estate and about the opportunities in real estate and just about the fact that you can help them, right? Whether it's real estate, whether it's finding a good tradesperson, if they have a leaky faucet, they need a plumber, if they need a painter, they need a candlestick maker, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever they need, you want to be a resource to your database, and that's a part of the value that you add as being a professional, a realtor, is that you are a resource, not just real estate, but you're a resource to connect them to the people that they need as it relates to their house or their home needs. All righty. All right, guys, have an amazing week. I hope to see you here tomorrow morning for the Buffini bowl predictions. And then we'll get you guys information on doing the 135 update or the business planning sessions. And we're definitely going to do that. More than likely, it will be not this week, but next week. Okay. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Oh, cool. Diana put something in the chat.